he impressed us with all of his technical diagrams. I think this visual is like just a lot easier way to, for me as a normal person, just understand some of the inner workings to how CD works and how, as an end user, we're gonna interact with it. So as Fatty mentioned, there is a Testnet link which Homeward has in a feedback channel, and you guys are going to be able to go to this and play around with it. This is all Testnet contracts. You can mint some fake USDS and just understand kind of the mechanics of this and how it works. But at face value, I can just kind of walk you through like some of the interactions here that Jem had also walked us through on the contract side. So first is creating a position. So Jem talked through the concept of deposit terms. Right now on Testnet, we only have one deposit term enabled, which is 6 months. But when this goes live, obviously there'll be multiple terms here. So you'll be able to select, 1 month, 3 month. I forget what exactly the terms are that we're going to be going live with, but there'll be multiple here. And then as you're selecting those, the conversion price, available capacity at that price, all of that will dynamically change. So, and then you can see, as you're selecting, how much you want to deposit, this is also kind of updating on the right-hand side, showing you your position info here. So let's go ahead and deposit some USDS. So first you got to go through an approval step. And then once that's approved, you're gonna deposit and mint your receipt token here. So we'll give that a second to approve. And then we'll submit this transaction. So say, okay, that's done. We've got our transaction receipts here. Go ahead and close that. You'll see down here in the active positions area, the last position here was the one that we just minted. But I've got a couple others that I had already created just for the sake of time. So Jem kind of walked through the concept of like wrapping your position into an ERC 721 to make it a little bit more portable. So you can do that directly from the front end. You'll see the kind of the current state of your position. This one at the top here is already wrapped. I'd already minted the NFT for it. But if I wanted to, on the new position we just created, do that, I can just click this button and wrap it and make it transferable. So it's wrapped. Jem also talked through the concept of converting. So this is where you would do that. So you see like each one of these positions has a, for lack of a better term, like a strike price associated with it. So you can go ahead, if you wanted to like exercise this position, you can, click the convert button, and as long as you have a receipt token balance, you're able to make a claim on that particular position. So if I wanted to have 444 available here, so if I wanted to, let's say exercise like 123 of those receipt tokens, I can go ahead and do that here. And then the last part of this is just your token balances itself. So this section is allowing you to actually redeem your tokens. In a future state, once borrow is enabled, this is where you'd also be able to, use this as collateral, set your token balances as collateral to be able to borrow as well. But yeah, inside of the redemption area, if you go ahead and do this, so Jem talked about the concept of instant redemptions versus full redemptions. Ignore this like 30-day thing here. This is actually a bug, but full redemption is tied to the duration of your deposit term. So, since this is a 6-month deposit term, when you go to redeem, if you were doing a full redemption, for you to be able to claim your full amount, it's going to take 6 months for you to be able to claim that full redemption. Instant redemption, you can obviously redeem instantly. There's just a fee associated with it, and you can see what that fee is directly on the front end. So if I wanted to redeem 333, there'd be a 33.3 USDS redemption fee. So this is it at a high level. Obviously, we want to hear your guys' feedback and just give you guys an opportunity to just play with this before we go live with the mainnet deployment. yeah, let us know if you have any questions.